Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday, and welcome to this is a very impromptu, what the heck discussion. So, for those of you that don't know, LeAnne, this is my lovely friend LeAnne of Crafty Kitty Vintage. I have put the link to her YouTube channel. It is down in the description, and it's also in the what do you call it? What's the top thing? It's in both. It's down in the description, and then it's part of the title as well. So make sure that you subscribe to LeAnne. Make sure that you follow her. She has great content every Monday, right? She does a crafty hangout on her channel.
I would say I have minimal content these days, but yes, we do a crafting live every Monday. That's a constant.
Yeah. Yes. And the most fun this week, one of her daughters, we had some kind of crazy conversations last Monday when we were hanging out crafting, and one of LeAnne's daughters did these great shorts, I guess, like a video short.
Yeah, or a reel or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely in there on your Instagram.
Channel, yep, right? I just posted the second one. So
yeah, so they're pretty funny. So go check them out. I still need to comment on the one from this morning, but they're a lot of fun. So make sure you subscribe to LeAnne. Make sure you if you love to craft, or just some people just love watching people craft. It's very, very relaxing. So make sure that you come and attend on Mondays at 12 noon Pacific. And we have Diane is here. Hello, Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Diane said she just rewatched episode 2 and 3.
Awesome. That's so sweet.
Awesome. I've had to go back and watch. In fact, when Heather was here that day and she was making her tiny little golden book journal, I'm like, wait,
right.
So I pulled up our tutorial to remind myself how the spine was put together. So it's great to have that resource.
It is, yes.
Hi, Nettie. How are you? I feel like long time no see, because Nettie was in Laura. Laura had a live last night, Fat Bird Finds, crafting.
I keep missing the good stuff. I bet that was fun.
I think she's on... It's 5 nights, so maybe last night was night 3, so she has 2 more nights. Wow. Coming up. Sorry for the gardener.
Oh, that's okay.
It's loud. Susie is here. Hello, Susie.
Hi,
Susie. I'm going to mute for just a second.
Okay. Oh, that's so great, Diane, that you enjoy that. Thank you for checking it out. I'll have to go back and revisit.
Sorry about that. The gardener was right at the front door, so I didn't want it to be so loud. How was this prompted? This was prompted, this whole conversation that we're going to have, and I get together today was prompted because LeAnne had sent me a message.
You're being goofy.
I thought it was fabulous. I'm like, that's a great idea. Let's do it next week. So, we were talking about, we got on the subject of tags last week on Vintage Craft and Chat. We were talking about thick tags, thin tags, team thick, team thin, what everybody's preference is. And then I think LeAnne just had this, well, what is a tag? What is a tag anyway? What the heck is it?
Yeah, I'm making this little piece of paper, and we were doing the strips, I think. Right? And then making tags from them, and I thought, well, what defines a tag?
Yeah, what do you do with it? What do you use it for? What is it anyway? And there's some interchangeable things that people, there's cards, journaling tags. So today we are just having a discussion. We're going to talk what the heck is it, and and actually go into just a little more information about what the junk journal is anyway, because I know sometimes people come in, they pop in, they're like, what's a junk journal? What is that? What do you do with it?
And just like with that, most things, it's all relative, right? So it's good to get other people's perspective.
Yes.
Maybe what their experience is, what they've used them for in the past, or what's worked, what hasn't.
Yes, we all have different perspectives, opinions, preferences. It's all, and that's
it's all good.
Yes, it's all good. And that is the most wonderful thing about junk journaling and paper crafting in general, is that there are no rules. Anything goes. You just do it the way you like it, right?
So we're just exploring the ideas.
Exactly. And sometimes too, I have a way of making and doing things, and it morphs over time too. I find a different way, a different method, something that's quicker or easier. And so that changes over time too.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
Absolutely.
So the first thing that I wanted to mention and give a shout out is we have our second Crafty Marathon coming up officially on September 20th. So if any of you had attended the last one, when did we do that? It was spring, April, maybe?
I think it was April.
Sometime. And we had 10 crafters and sellers that participated in the Crafty Marathon. LeAnne is participating again for this one in September, and we're waiting for a few more RSVPs before we announce the lineup. But yeah, we had 10 sellers this time, and hopefully we'll have the same, and more details to come. So mark your calendars for September 20th. And more to come about that. And it will be fall, Halloween, Christmas goodness, giftable items, especially with Christmas. We'll be closer to Christmas. So opportunity to pick up some great handmade items and handmade gifts for your loved ones for Christmas. Yeah. Oh, let's see, what did Kathy say? It's like the junk journal. Oh, I didn't know you made one for Jan. That you made for Jan, and she said she'd never seen anything like it before. Yes. Yeah. I bet she loved it, because she's a maker and a quilter and a crafter too. Let's see, what did Diane say? Oh my goodness, Diane. Oh. That is fabulous. 46 so far. Wow. I would love to see that list. That's amazing. Yeah, let me know if you're comfortable sharing it, and I'll share it on a future Vintage Craft and Chat. That's a lot. I never thought to think about that.
I didn't either. It's so random for me. Sometimes it's just whatever I happen to see in front of me at the time. And
nice I tend to work in like a small area, and I find that I use the same things over and over again. And I need to get off my chair and dig and find fresh things occasionally, because I start repeating. Yeah, wouldn't that be great, Susie? Yes, we would love to see it.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to very quick. I'm gonna pick the upcoming the prompt for this week, the crafty prompt. I wish Angela was here. Well, you guys put in the chat for those that are in our crafty group, and LeAnne shared too. So I will be missing the following 3 Thursdays. So you guys won't see me on Thursdays for Vintage Craft and Chat for the next 2 Thursdays. So I typically will pull ahead of time. Do you want it to be a surprise, or do you want to know now? I think last time I took a picture and said this is week 1 and week 2, right, for the next ones. Or like I could tell LeAnne. And
kind of like getting your homework for vacation early.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Or do you want it to be a surprise? So say surprise or post. you know, and then you can just say, okay, I know, you know, the next week is this.
Yeah, let us know in the chat what you prefer.
Oh, you know what, Diane? Send it to me. You could either send it to me. It's probably easiest email, right? So my email is the same as my YouTube name. Oh, I guess I don't have it in my leak tree, but it's Day Trip Vintage CO at gmail.com. And I could write it out too. I will write it on a piece of paper. Make it a longer piece of paper here, just so you can see it, and then you can write it down. That would be fun. I used to have it in my bio here, but then I would get all these messages about, you get those, like, your channel isn't optimized, and I can help you,
right.
Whatever. I can help.
Solicitation.
Yes, you're doing everything. Hopefully, is that backwards? No, that's good.
That looks
Hopefully
good.
It's dark enough that you can see it. So Day Trip Vintage and then CO at gmail.com.
It would probably be easier for Julie to just pull them now. Yeah.
Do them now? Okay, good. And then I'll take, like I did last time, I'll take a picture and then say what week they are.
I think that works.
So the first one is for this coming week. What is it gonna be? Ooh, this is an interesting one. Doors.
Ooh, so something that opens.
Yes, that could
I like
be
that
fun.
one. Yes, that's right, Kathy. She did mention, I think that's what you were mentioning about Fatbird Signs doing a craft along this week at night. Yeah, she just mentioned that.
Yeah, and I think she was saying she would love some company tonight. So if anybody's in the chat, you could reach out to her. I was thinking maybe, but I don't know. It's so kind of a lot going on.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know if I would be swimming
at my garden.
I'd probably be in my pajamas by that time.
Watercolor.
Ooh, watercolor.
That's a good one. So that'll be week 2, the following. Just making myself a note here.
I'm going to get the link for, well, unless Kathy, can you post the link for us for tonight?
Actually, Susie, you don't. I just put the capitals in my email because it's just easier to read.
Yeah. Distinguish.
It works either way. Words. Yeah. So it doesn't need to be capital. Oh, this is fun. Photograph.
Oh.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
These are good ones. These are fun and different. I feel like a lot of weeks it's things that we all use all the time. Okay, so that's.
Well, I was just thinking I don't use enough photographs in my.
No, I don't know that I've ever used a photograph. I think I've stuck photographs, like kept them as is and put them in pockets in journals.
Yeah.
But I've never like cut one up or well, and I guess photograph, I'm thinking person, but it doesn't have to be a person. It could
right, it doesn't have to be a portrait. It could be
right, but for some reason, right? That's
right. It could be a photograph of a flower or something.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah,
exactly.
I think of it that way too.
And it could be, I mean, it could be a photograph in a magazine. It could be a magazine image from a book, right? It doesn't have to be, photograph doesn't necessarily mean a snapshot or a photograph from a camera.
On photo paper.
Yes, exactly.
Again, up to interpretation, right?
Oh, that's perfect, Nettie. You're all set.
You're ready.
You are set. Perfect. Okay, good. We're all set with that. And I always have to. So, and full confession, I think a lot of us did that this week because we just like pulled things that we had made before. So I actually made these a couple weeks ago, but they're just little clusters. I happen to have cardstock that I guess it's in the shape of those needlepoint wooden. I guess that's what they're supposed to be. Those.
Like yeah, embroidery hoop.
Yeah, so so I just fussy cut it from the cardstock and then just made a little cluster for some sewing journals that I'm working on. So it's hard to see, but there is some fabric in there. So
I love that with a button.
I was like, surely I've made something with fabric here lately that I haven't shown people that I could do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So is everybody ready to get into the discussion?
Sure.
I have something on here. Dismiss. Okay. I'm hoping this works. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I put together, so very professional.
Yes.
Today, my daughter Taylor helps me put some Google slides together. So hopefully everybody can see that well. And I will read it. We could take turns. LeAnne and I will take turns.
Yes.
So I thought we're talking about journaling tags, but maybe it's good to take a step back and actually talk about what is a junk journal for anybody that may pop in or that is new. So this is sort of the information that I gathered on the World Wide Web. The definition of a junk journal can vary from person to person, but the very general definition is a handcrafted book. Of course, within that could be, a book is a broad term, right? Because it could be, you could make it out of a little binder. There's all kinds of versions, but we're going to say book as a loose term, made with a mix of upcycled and found materials that is used to document memories, thoughts, and things that inspire. So many people use junk journals for memory keeping, prayer journals. You name it, sky's the limit. Just like sky is the limit with how you make and what you put into your junk journal, the use of it is sky's the limit. Materials can include paper products, new, vintage, antique, and everything in between, and can span from junk mail and upcycled product packaging, repurposed books and images, to antique ephemera. Again, limitless. Like Diane was saying, she added up that she uses 46 different kinds of paper in her journal. So it is limitless. Other popular materials are fabric, ribbon, sewing notions, buttons, beads, stamps, stickers, traditional mixed media, and art supplies, and the beyond. Infinity and beyond. Basically anything goes with no limitations and no right or wrong way to create a junk journal or limitations on its use. So that's what I love about this craft.
Yes, me too.
You're only limited by your imagination. And of course, we always have lots of, now how do I change it?
I see. Found items and different materials that you just come across, which makes it very budget friendly for a lot of us.
And there's also within the junk journal community or junk journal craft, some people enjoy using, I know LeAnne probably uses more upcycled, right?
Yeah,
things that come in the mail and that kind of reuse, upcycle. And I think she enjoys using more of those materials, whereas I grab some of the older stuff. And I'll use newer stuff for my bases, which you're super good at, really embracing the whole, use it rather than upcycle it rather than recycle it.
Yeah. And sometimes you can take something that maybe isn't that old and make it look older too.
Exactly. Yeah. And then there are people that they just use antique I mean, we're talking things from the 1800s. So there's a whole group of creators and makers where they want the real stuff. They want the actual antique stuff, antique ledgers. Maybe they love things from, French ledgers and postcards. So they use and upcycle old books. And so there's a very, there's such an array of things. A lot of people will use, like, make travel junk journals, and they'll use things that they pick up on their travels, brochures, things from the coffee shop, whatever they come across, what cool things they come across on their travels.
There's some folks that just like to use for some reason, digitals. They'll just get digital packages and print them.
Yes.
So it's new paper, but it's printed from a digital image.
Exactly. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. There are people that, because there's so many great creators out there that enjoy creating digital images, and then those can be printed, from your computer, and I do from time to time. I love Graphics Fairy and using some of those websites. Congratulations, Angela.
Oh, that's great, Angela.
That is exciting. Awesome. Make sure I didn't miss any.
I found someone on Instagram who's using just trash for her book. I like that.
Wow. Yeah. See, that's awesome.
Yes. And you can make it look beautiful. It looks like Laura's here visiting.
Laura's here. Hi. We gave a shout out a little bit ago, Laura, for your 5-night craft along. So I told everybody to come and tune in tonight for your 4th night.
Can't believe I keep missing that. I need to be on YouTube more often.
She made, last night she did a masterboard, and so she was using a lot of, really bright pops of color, very kind of fun graphic elements. So she made this big masterboard, and it was so fun. So she turned it over, and sliced it with the paper trimmer. So she made little ATC size cards, and they were every single one of them was beautiful. Like, it's so fun. The reveal was great.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
Yeah, to see how they turned out. So it was wonderful. Well, drive safe. Okay, so I think, let's see if I can do this. There we go. Okay. All right. Are you able to see that?
I can see it, yes.
Okay.
Different types and uses of handmade tags. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to read the whole thing? Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sorry. Gift tags, junk journaling tags, junk journal embellishments, room decor or decoration, and product tags or embellishments.
Yes. And there's probably more. If you guys can think of more, definitely put it in the comments, because I'm sure there are some that I didn't think about. I didn't grab any of my gift tags. Well, we all know what a gift tag a gift tag is. I did, though. I grabbed a few things. So when we're talking about, junk journaling tags, junk journal embellishments, I should have grabbed those as well. And then when I mentioned room decor, so one of my favorite ways to, hopefully you guys can all see that, these are some beautiful tags that Terry McMouse Mom had made for me and sent in one of our monthly swaps. And I love taking tags and displaying them in these little spiky corners.
Yeah, very nice.
I just think they're so fun. You can, make them seasonally. You can make them more sturdy if they're just for decor. And I also grabbed, this was another swap that Kathy Picasso Cat had made for me 1 month, and she made this cute little
like a little hang tag.
Yes, like a little hang tag, but this would be another great example of handmade tags that you could use as decor. So cute, stuck in a little flower frog.
They might have a little bit more 3D or built up, I guess.
Yeah, like this one, she put
components.
a button and there's some fabric. And Kathy also makes fabulous tags, and she'll also put magnets on the back of them. So this is a way that a tag can become room decor.
And there she is in the chat. There's Kathy.
There she is, Kathy.
Picasso Cat gets creative.
Sharing all your beautiful tags here. I should have grabbed, let me see if I can grab really quick here.
And Kathy Wiseman said put in packages. I think she means like little like extras that you would include in a package, which
yes,
either that or like gift tags. But yeah,
that's a great use. Nettie says she's used them as bookmarks too.
Yes, I have too. I thought that was a good one. Yeah.
Let me pull out one of these. So another way you can use a tag. I'm trying to pull out one here that shows well.
Yes. Part of what I was talking with Julie about, Kathy, is that you talk about liking to make tags and that they're your favorite things, and really got my juices flowing about what is a tag. Yeah.
So this, and then this would be an example if we're talking about as, you know, a tag is a junk journal embellishment in itself. You can slip it into a pocket or behind a belly band or a tuck spot, which you're probably asking, well, what are all those things? But this is just a little set of little circular tags I made, and that can be, I would consider this a type of a tag too. That you can, it just has a little bulb pin at the top, and you can clip it onto a page. So that would
it can be a dangle tag. I mean, some people would call it maybe a dangle or something that you, or jewelry that you add to it, but it could also be considered a tag. Yeah, you didn't miss too much, Kathy. We're just Julie was just introducing the topic or what we were going to talk about today, and then she pulled the prompt for the next couple weeks.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet, Kathy, that you have all your gifted tags hanging on your fridge.
Aww,
that's a great place to put them.
Ornament. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet too. Yes, to hang them as a Christmas ornament, or I know it's very popular for people to have like little trees, like Halloween trees, and for all the holidays, and decorate them seasonally too. Little fall trees. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Next slide. This is a long one. Okay, so this is what I came up with as a definition of a junk journal tag. A junk journal tag can be tucked into your journal for the purpose of writing on, for memory keeping, notes, daily thoughts and inspiration, prayers, etc. They can also be used simply as a decorative element in your journal. Tags could add color, texture, artistic expression, and an extra layer of uniqueness or personal detail to your journal. They can also be used to tie into a specific theme or feeling or the overall purpose of your journal. So a lot of people tend to create journals that are themed, the sewing journal, patriotic journal we worked on a couple weeks ago. So that's also a way to create and make your tags that sort of encompass the purpose or overall theme of your journal.
Yeah.
Like the materials used to craft the journal itself, junk journal tags can be made with upcycled and found materials, with the most popular being paper. It's typically paper or paper type products, are the bases of them. These can vary from cardboard to cardstock to upcycled book pages and images, copyweight paper, paper scraps, but with no limitations or rules, as it's all a matter of preference. Again, we just keep tying back into that. The paper tag is then typically decorated with things such as paper scraps, upcycled images, such as those found in books, booklets, magazines, or advertising pamphlets, to name a few, as well as textiles and ephemera ranging from vintage to antique. Art and mixed media techniques can also be incorporated, and the tag designs can range from simple, I think it cut off, and then I think it's a very layered or, fancy, and a lot of components in it.
Excellent.
Yeah. And you will find, there's a lot of people that create journals where they're using watercolor and paints. And of course, a lot of us use inks and jelly plates. And then that's a whole other world of
Yes.
of art and craft supplies. A lot of people in our community really love, coloring with colored pencils, and the alcohol markers are super, super popular here in our community. So again, sky's the limit and what you can bring into the craft.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I love your writing there. It really sums it up beautifully.
I kept thinking, oh my gosh, there's so much more. Well, it really is limitless, right?
Right.
Okay. And then I thought this would be good to talk about, the difference between these two. So okay. Take it away, friend.
What's the difference between a journaling tag and a journaling card? We sometimes hear the terms tags and cards used interchangeably in the junk journaling community, but they are typically made to serve the same purpose, for writing on and as a decorative element in our journals. In my research, I also came across the suggestion that tags are used for journaling and note-taking, whereas cards are for adding decorative or artistic elements. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, this was interesting. And I also have some questions on the next slide that kind of layer on that question too. I always thought that they were the same, that they were exactly the same, right? Either for writing on or for decoration. Right. But then I had one thought of perhaps what makes them different, and we'll talk about that on the next page. But what do you think? Do you think they're...
Well, I came across this, maybe that can illustrate. So this is a commercially produced sort of little thing, like from a scrapbook store, or craft store, or whatever, that just has, and they simply called it tags, and 18 journaling tags. So they're just like little die cut things. And then some of them have lines for writing and some of them do not.
That's cool.
And these are just, I'd say, very light cardstock, maybe not even cardstock. But of course, if you were going to start with something like this, you could, reinforce it if you want. But I just thought, okay, there's the word right there, tags.
That is a great, and it's something that's being manufactured and sold.
Right.
In stores. So that's great.
But put that,
let me see here.
Back up.
How do I go back to
a bit more? I had my head in this idea real quick.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think what I make my tags mostly for is the traditional, the junk journal way, where I'm making a decoration and then somebody could write on the back if they wanted to, or add their own element to it, and then make it sort of correlate with their book if they're putting it inside a book, right? So I think I do tend to feel like it's for decoration and writing, both.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that when I was doing that. And same, I tend to make the front decorative, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like here's one that we did on a past vintage craft and chat. Of course, with this, because it is lined and it's made out of a guest check, you could write on the front and the back. Actually, when I just grabbed that one, but let's see. Let me grab one that isn't like that. So this would be an example. So here's another one that I made. So the front is very decorated and collaged, and then the back is just very plain with the lined paper.
Right.
And that's what I tend to do. I don't know that I've ever made a journaling card or a tag where you could write on both sides, but that's probably just me because I'm extra. I like decorating. That's my favorite part.
Visual. Diane brought up a good point. A tag needs a hole. Well, obviously this manufacturer believed that to be true. It needs a hole. Mm-hmm. We've all probably made tags with the hole reinforcement on there with a ribbon or whatever. But another version would be, just a fabric or paper kind of tab at the top to also kind of make it a tag. So that could be part of your specific definition, is that it needs something to, either grab or extend from the paper. Ooh.
Yeah. So this is that very topic. So inquiring minds want to know, what defines a tag? Does it have a defining element or topper? Like Diane was saying, it has to have a hole. It's very popular to punch a hole and then put a ribbon or something in the top, like a tie top, or also tab tops. A lot of us will, do I have something? Like this would be a tab top where you put
a tab. That's a cute one. Yeah.
So you can have a hole with a string, or sometimes I will put a tab top. So yes. So do we think, what does everybody think that a tag needs to have a topper, needs to have a tie, a hole, a tab top? Does it need to have something that you grab on to be a junk journal tag?
Makes it even more functional, perhaps, or like this, where you can attach it with the string to something, right? Mm-hmm. Or just easily pull it out from a pocket.
Yeah. And I also I loved what Nettie said too. She said, I think someone could write on a tag or card if there's a little tiny space, because sometimes just a few words are enough. I love that. Just a small sentiment, a single word. Mm-hmm. There's really something special about that.
Yeah. And if you're pre-making tags, and maybe you don't have to have a purpose in mind, an end use for your tag. But that you do have some little spaces here and there. Maybe I'm going to send this to Nettie in a happy mail. So I might just write, either a sentiment specific to her, or just, maybe a word that I find inspirational that I wanted to share with her that day. So
that's beautiful.
Spontaneous. So you have it pre-made, but it's also spontaneous in its use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's always been my thought. So like Kathy says, if it doesn't have a tie or a tab top, that makes it a journaling
card. Okay. Yeah. And like you were saying earlier too, Kathy, and we brought that up probably before you were in here, that you have your decorative magnets or your decorative tags turned into magnets that are decor to be displayed on the fridge.
Yeah, I think that one.
But we still call those tags, or I think you do, which is absolutely correct as well.
Yeah. So far we came up with we have gift tags, junk journaling tags, junk journal embellishments, room decor or holiday decor, and then product. And I was thinking too, product tags and embellishments. If you have a product that you're making, you can also, I a lot of times like to make a pretty decorative tag that maybe gets attached to, it has your business name, or it's just something pretty that you attach to a product that just kind of, brings it to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, so let's go. Okay, so I think, everybody is probably thinking that, yes, to be a tag, it has to have some kind of a topper, a tie, you name it. Also, sky's the limit of the things that you can think to put, at the top of the tag. And that's the other question the other thing is too, also, what do we do with the corners, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The shape.
Yeah, I just thought about that. So I don't know, does the shape of something define, make it a tag?
Because I was trying to figure that out too. Do I have to have little nicks at the top to make it a tag, or can it be, just completely the same on all four sides?
Just rounded. Yeah. So like this one, I just rounded the edges.
Right.
So sometimes I'll just do that, but I would say that's a tag because it has a topper.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course LeAnne just showed too. Sometimes we'll, like that great pack that she has that was store-bought has the, curly Q fancy top.
Yeah, or different shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scallop shape.
Yeah, or sometimes we'll, cut the corners off. So that was another thing I didn't think about.
Yeah.
Oh, does it, Susie? Is it changing? Well, keep trying because we want to know. Okay, so Nettie says she thinks it's the topper that makes
the tag.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
Kathy agrees. Yeah, keep trying, Susie.
So this top makes it a tag, but this would be more of a journaling card because it doesn't have. Well, I'm not finished with it yet either. This is just like a blank base, but yeah, okay. So then does a journaling card need to be thick or thin?
Yeah. So that's the other thing we were talking about last week. So what is your favorite way to construct a tag? Does the construction depend on its end use or size? Are you team thin, team thick, or you like to mix it up? So I know like LeAnne, she loves to make her tags thinner because it's important. She likes to reduce the weight of her journals. If you make all your tags thick, then it could add to the bulkiness of your journal. Maybe it won't close well.
Because that's kind of what I had going on with my junk journals. Once I started putting all my tags and ephemera in there, I noticed it was really thick, and I would have liked to put more elements in there that were just thinner so that I could fit more in rather than the thick elements that are just going to take up more space.
Yeah.
And so for me also in making them, I found that once I made it thick, I can't make it thin again, but I can also always make something thin a little bit thicker and more reinforced. Especially if I'm going to be using it for something that's going to need to withstand more wear and tear.
Yes.
Which frankly, none of my stuff really needs to withstand that much wear and tear, to be honest, because once it goes in my book, it's not coming in and out that much. I mean, it might a little bit, but it always depends on where you think it's going to end up and like how many decades or centuries you want it to last.
Exactly. Yeah. And I tend, but I feel like my theory probably could be debunked because I tend to just repeat. I tend to do the same thing over and over again. But my thoughts are always that well, that was a great point. If it's a journal that I'm making for myself, I know how I'm going to use it and what I'm going to do with it. And chances are, once, if I've written on something or journaled, or maybe it's, ephemera or card or somebody that, that they've gifted me, or a little letter that I put in there, I'm not as concerned about it withstanding the test of time because it's personal for me. Maybe my kids will have it, one day. But then I always have, but of course I always have the business, the business seller person of me always thinks that it needs to be sturdier. So I tend to use cardstock as the base. Or
what about the idea that perhaps we think that sturdier or thicker is more quality?
Yes, maybe that's
what we're thinking, that it's
You're
quality
right.
if it's thicker and there's been more resources put into it.
I never thought that's an awesome observation. And maybe that's why I'm doing it too, because I have that.
It's richer sometimes.
Yes. And I'm making it, to sell, or I want it to have, have a, I don't want to say perceived quality because it is quality, but I want it to, exude that. That's a good point, LeAnne.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it's tactile as well. Medium sturdy enough to be used. Team medium. Yeah. I like that.
So Kathy mixes it up. Kathy Picasso Cat mixes up. Kathy Weisman says it all depends on the glue. I like that.
Yeah.
Kathy says if she's making it a decorative tag for display, or probably one that she would put a magnet on or something, she'll always make it thicker.
Yeah, I think for decor, like putting in the flower frogs, like you were showing Julie, a more rigid card makes sense. Mm-hmm. It's not going to flop over.
Same. Mm-hmm. And sometimes too, I just thought about that. Sometimes, like for these guests, well, actually, here's two. Oh, these are great example. I didn't even know that. So here's one tag I made out of a guest check, and it's just the guest check. I haven't put, because it's lined on the back, I haven't put lined paper. I haven't made it sturdy in any way. But then this one, I didn't even realize this. I made this a couple weeks ago, and maybe when I made it, in my mind, it was more decorative, but I used a guest check, but I backed it with cardstock and book page. So I really I went kind of crazy with it. Now I don't know why. I know why, because the book page was from the illustration. So the book page went the story behind the little girl. That's probably why I did that. Yeah. But see, it's very rigid. Mm-hmm. So of course you could use it as display, but it's not, it doesn't have a lot of writability unless somebody's using a darker pen or a Sharpie or something like that. So I didn't even realize I did that, but I do tend to make most of the tags I put into journals. I feel like I probably make them more this way, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was using, when we were doing that strip project, what was it, last week when we were, I was using a lot of my offcuts that happened, and some of them happened to be cardstock. Okay. So when I was using those, I was thinking, okay, those are already thick. If I'm going to put them on something else, I don't necessarily want to put it on more cardstock. It's going to be real thick if I'm going to put it in my journals. Yeah. So that's kind of where I was going with.
And if it gets super thick, it does start to be difficult to cut. Like if we're doing the corner rounders and trying.
And I wanted to sew a few, like practice the sewing. So I didn't want it to be so thick that I would have to struggle to sew through it on my machine. So that was another.
We'll show that again. You sewed. I'm like, after you figure it out, tell me.
Yeah, just simply, it worked great. It worked great. This was just, one of my first attempts at at doing it. So
I love that.
And here's what it looks like on the back. This was just construction paper because I just had scraps of it. So I just, again, just using my scraps.
Oh, that looks fabulous.
Yeah, it just adds another, and speaking of tactile, you know, it has another feel to it too.
Yes.
You can feel
that.
those.
Yeah, the softness of the construction paper has a great feel.
And then the stitches too, you can feel.
Okay, so Diane, that's what I should have put. I should have said team thin, team thick, or team medium.
Or indecisive.
Yes. So Diane is a team medium, sturdy enough to be used.
Sure.
Okay, and Angela says she hasn't made a journal yet, but she has a feeling that she would go towards team thick. Okay.
Or a tag. Did she mean that she had made a tag?
I think that's what she means. Yeah.
Well, I want to see your first tag. I want to hear what you think.
Oh, okay. And so Kathy Picasso Cat said she ordered a tag book from another reseller. All the pages are constructed with tags, and it's pretty sturdy. Okay, that's good to know. I know. I just need to use it, period. I only did it once on 2 tags. First one looked great. Second one was the big hot mess. Yes. Doesn't that make you want to get a little sewing machine? It looked really good.
I haven't had any problems with it yet, but that is something good to remember. I probably wouldn't use fabric tack glue or anything like that on something that I was going to then sew, but I've seen and I've experienced with the glue stick that as long as it's dried, I haven't had any issue with any gumming of the machine.
Yeah, I think glue stick I've seen the preferred glue for people that are going to sew. And then sometimes they'll just tack it down lightly even with the glue stick, you know.
Right.
They're not heavy on the glue just enough until they run it through their sewing machine. But that's a very good point. That's a very good point. After I had done this little write-up yesterday, the last couple days, and I thought, well, this is a good example too. The last couple days I've been trying to work in the my patriotic journal. I probably will take me maybe I'll finish it by next 4th of July. So I was just kind of going through the pages. So I'd already added a bunch of tags, right? So this again is just on, I guess, check. So obviously I didn't feel that needed to be
that's great.
sturdy. I was generally happy with that. This is just as it is because it's a library card. So just in its nature, it's a little cardstock like. But then it was interesting. So like this one, this is copy paper that I put on. I don't think I put anything in between. I think I just used a index card. Although it does feel, you know what? I think and this is a photocopy from a piece of
printed on.
Yeah, I think I printed it on cardstock. So this image I photocopied and printed it on cardstock. So it has. So I guess I do mix it up. But I came across one of something I had made before, and I thought, ooh, I know it's not sturdy enough. So some of you will remember these. So we made these receipts at a past. Did I grab the other ones? Yeah, at a past vintage craft and chat. And so they're those super, super thin receipts that they have at dollar store. They're very flimsy. In fact, this is the first thing I found that I like using them in. Like I wouldn't put them in a signature in a journal because I just feel like, I don't know, maybe they rip over time. They're that thin. And so I just back this with a throwaway piece of cardstock, but when I was flipping through my journal yesterday and decorating the rest of the pages, I came to this page and I had the thought, oh, it's flimsy. Like it's not substantial enough. So it's interesting that I had that thought, but I thought, well, okay, that's a perfect thing. And then I pulled it out and I'm like, oh, maybe I need to put another piece of like lined paper behind it. And I don't know if it's because it's just clipped in and it's dangling. I don't know. But that was a thought that ran across my mind. And I thought, well, I will mention it today.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of a good example. So I don't know, something in my mind is saying, but then of course on the next page, this one is super thick because this is one of the cards with the strips.
Right. They tend to get really thick because they're overlapped pieces in some ways. And
exactly. So I did back it with that. This is cardstock with a thin piece of lined paper at the back. And then of course, all those strips, which some are cardstock.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very substantial, but yeah, it was just, and of course this journal will eventually get listed in my Etsy shop, but I just had this like,
really nice.
That's too flip-floppy.
Is it because it's moving side to side?
There's something about it. Yeah, there's something about it. So I don't know. I love it. Maybe because it's moving side to side. Maybe also it's not very flat. That's the other thing, right? When we make tags, if there isn't a certain thickness, they can get that wavy.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's what I need to address.
Maybe you just need to iron it.
Yeah, maybe I need to iron it or put it under a book because they're all like that.
Yeah.
These are like all the ones
that
we made together. So maybe it's just like you said.
Well, it's all in your preference. If looking at it is, something's not right, then do what you need to do to make it right for yourself.
And it could be too just sticking it into like
a different
place. Sticking it into a pocket would probably make it just fine in my mind.
Yeah.
Because obviously I have some thinner tags in here, like this one too. This is just the Dollar Tree, what are they? Time cards. So it has a little bit of a thickness to it, but I don't mind because it's in a pocket. So it doesn't cross my weird mind. I have a weird mind. I think I have weird things that I think
we all have preferences. We have ways that work for us in our minds. It's good to remember that, we always say this, there's no wrong way or right way, but there's just simply, and this goes with everything in life, we all have preferences.
Yes.
We have preferences.
Yes. Kathy, you started on a Halloween journal.
Yeah. Ooh, fun.
Well, it'll be good to get it finished for the crafty marathon. It's like a perfect.
Yes. Good idea.
Nice. We have 7 people. Awesome. That's great because we just posted it last night. So that's awesome.
Yes.
This is going to be fun.
Many more.
Okay. All right. All right. So it seems like most people have said that it depends, right?
Yeah. I figured that's where we were.
And I was like thinking, I'm team thick, but now I see it does depend. It does depend. And it depends on the end user, if it's for yourself or it's something that you're selling. And now I've just realized it depends on where the tag is placed in the journal for me.
Yes.
If it's clipped to a page, I seem to want it to be more sturdy, but if it's slipped into a pocket or behind a belly band, I'm okay with it being thinner.
Yeah, and I'm kind of whatever for the most part, but I think if I'm going to make tags to put into my journals, whether I'm selling them or keeping them, I think I would tend to go thinner That way, whatever the journal ends up being, it could end up being a memory keeper, scrapbook, something where somebody's adding, ticket stubs or things that they've collected. You want it to start off in a reasonable size and not necessarily start off heavy.
Yes, because most people, a lot. I'm sure that would be such an interesting question. I haven't sold enough journals. LeAnne, you've probably sold more journals than
I've given away journals.
I'll just say that. Yeah. So that's an interesting thing about once the person receives the gifted journal or the purchase journal, how are they using it? Of course, your daughter, Bridget,
my daughter,
right?
Yeah. You've seen how it just ends up so huge, but she's putting in, all kinds of little fun things that she collects. And so, I probably don't have to put any tags in anything I give her as far as a book. But if we're looking at what we've traditionally seen in the junk journaling maker world, especially vintage ones with vintage ephemera, we see lots of almost like more is more that's in the pre-made journal, almost like it's an art piece that the maker is completing, and the receiver, yes, they can do something different with it, but the idea is it's already complete.
Because that's a whole other thing. Some people will make what we call naked journals. Right, where it's mostly just the blank pages, different types of paper and pages, and then it's just left for the receiver to decorate or do what they want with it. Sometimes people will they'll make a naked journal, few embellishments, that would be another change, and then sometimes they'll include like a pack of
supply.
Does that a pack of supplies and ephemera that they can make ephemera. And then the other end of the spectrum is a completely decorated journal.
Yes.
Where it really does become an art piece.
Yeah. And that's sort of what the Patriarch journal that you just showed
probably
is sort of going to be on Etsy as a completed piece.
Yes. Like I would say, although, yesterday I was working on it and I'm like, well, I don't have to decorate every page, like put some sort of decoration, but I tend to, but that's because that's my favorite part.
Right? Exactly.
I love the I like the details. I like all those things, but like that would be like this page. Let's see.
And that's what we ooh and ah over those things.
Yeah. This in itself is just a great page.
Yes.
Right. From that patriotic book. So actually, it looks great in itself. It doesn't need any
as a composition.
Yeah. I don't want to put a pocket. I kind of don't want to cover it. But for some reason on the next page, I just decided, I just want a little something in the corner.
Yeah.
Collage there.
Yeah. And there's sometimes I'm making something and I want to just make sure I add a touch, like I've touched this page. And then sometimes it's more like in that.
You just leave it as is, or you just put a little tab or just a little something. But again, for a decorated journal, it's just, I kind of look at the whole flow. Like when you turn the page, how does it tie into the next page?
So fun to look
how does that look? But I like the idea of just a naked journal. They're so much easier, and then you just you send it off.
Definitely benefits to both, and it just depends on the recipient. That's why there's so many choices out there for people to buy, which is great.
Yeah, that's also what makes it so wonderful. Yes, we do, Susie. When you start going down the junk journal hole, you just, because I get so inspired by lots of different supplies and materials. I definitely will see, yeah, somebody has a cool book or something, and I'm like I've been on the hunt for a typewriter book. I saw some, like the old typing books
with just the words that you would practice.
Yeah, so like what we would have used in school.
Yeah, we had typing class back in
older.
the 80s.
Yeah. I think it's and she seems to find them often. It's Meg from Chasing Retro. Do you ever watch her?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. She seems to come across them often in her thrift shopping, because I feel like she's come across several. But like that, I've had that in the back. Like that's something I hope to find in a thrift store. Like I'm always looking, for a typing book.
I'll have to keep my eye out for that too. I haven't thought about that.
Yeah, find it in a while. But it has great, kind of like the shorthand books. I have a couple of those. The font is so cool with the shorthand and stuff. It's kind of the same thing, where some of it's just regular font, some of it's the typewritten font. So you get the different.
Well, some people are getting those books, pick up those books, but just of different languages, things that are printed in different languages, just to have different text.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've picked up a bunch of language books over the years too. Let's see. Kathy says, when I did apples, I gave her an extra journal to match, since the original was too full by the time I got done. Oh, so it was a fully decorated one then, Kathy.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Diane found a shorthand book and she loves it.
Did you? I think I have a couple now of them, and I love collaging with the shorthand books, because it almost looks like we don't come across handwritten letters very often. Occasionally I will, but then sometimes I have a hard time like ripping it up and using one. I did last week. I was like, I'm just going to rip it up and use it. So I feel like the shorthand kind of gives us that cursive look. And it's not super precious, if we have a hard time ripping those letters up.
Right.
Kathy says she has a hard time leaving, pages blank. I have a hard time doing that. Sometimes it's hard to know when to stop. Like, okay, this is done. We'll call it done.
Definitely.
Let's see, what did Susie say? I tend to use the front and back cover over a signature with one theme, and the left front and back also for themed journals. Like my never-ending journal for my daughter's fave things through her life. Oh, that's nice. I love that. I haven't made, I've made journals that have become giveaways or gifted, but I haven't made a journal, I haven't made a journal for somebody yet. Like, this handmade piece. And then I do have one that I want to start working on, I think, when we get back from our trip, but I haven't done that yet. And is that hard? That's a good question. When we're making a journal for somebody else, is it hard or is it easy?
It can be a little of both at different times, I feel like, for me, because I've done it a few times now, like with my daughter's boyfriend and different things like that, feeling like, well, maybe I don't know him quite as well as I need to know him to make something that's so personal. But, I'm just going with what I do know. He likes games and he likes Scooby-Doo and, those little things that might make him smile. I think that is accomplished, even though it might not be like the most deep, deeply profound kind of connection. And then, I've had a commission journal that I've worked on that I'm not quite sure if this is what they had in mind, but, I'm going to try it. And this is what I thought of. And it's kind of like, this is the best I can do. Yeah. So I don't know. It can be hard and it can be somewhat easy. It depends on how hard I make it in my head.
Yeah, if you're just relaxed about it,
Yes.
enjoying
Yes.
the process rather than getting anxious. Like,
Right.
like,
Yes.
I don't know what to do, or will they
That's
it?
the story of my life right there.
So Kathy said, yeah, we do. I'm part of. I'm in the indecisive.
Anxiety.
I'm in the worrier and the indecisive.
Yeah. Overthinker.
Yes, an overthinker. I'm a proud member. So Kathy says you just want to get the right things to put in it. Yeah. Has that probably taken you a while, Kathy? Because I feel like you probably for a while like search for the things that you want to include in the ones you're gifting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I haven't run across any. I will too, Diane. I haven't run across any old computer paper.
Yeah, I've seen that computer paper with the holes. That's so cool. I want that too.
That's super fun.
If I get some, I'll let you know, Diane.
Yeah.
Share.
I feel like the bin, maybe in the,
I know.
great bins. Maybe
I haven't gone for so long, so obviously I'm not going to find it if I don't go. But yeah, who knows?
Just
Sometimes
think
I can
of all
manifest.
that.
I can manifest.
Just think of all the great. I mean, I haven't worked. I've been out of like corporate America office setting for like such a long time. But oh my gosh,
there's a bunch of that sitting in somebody's supply closet in some office building, right?
Totally.
There's a whole bunch
and
of that.
Just gets, and then didn't the ink would fade
It would
after
fade.
a while,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right?
Anything
So even
printed
if
on
it
it would
had
fade.
like something, I mean, I couldn't have, the job that I had, it was when I was an investment advisor, so I couldn't have taken any of that home because it all had
right
proprietary stuff on it, but it does fade after a while. So then Kathy says you can't do commission. I had somebody reach out to me in my Etsy shop. I think maybe she had seen, I don't know, fall journal or Christmas journal or something I had posted, and she wanted me to create a Valentine journal. But then my overthinking mind, then I'm like, then I started typing her back, and I'm like, well, what do you want it kitschy? Do you want, because you could go so many directions.
Input.
Do you want it romantic? Do you like fun and kitschy? Do you want it antique? And then my mind is going like this, and then I thought, oh, this is going to stress me out.
Yeah, right.
And I just thought, oh, and everything probably would have dropped in life. So I would have just done that. And
thinking back on the commission, thinking back on the commissioned things that I've done in the past. I mean, Julie, your jewelry business was completely people ordering things specific to them.
Was one of a kind, yeah.
But I the stuff that I've done jewelry, I've done different repairs that are upcycling jewelry for people that wanted to use certain beads, but they wanted a new necklace, that kind of stuff. And it's always been rewarding. It's not, it's just that you have to get out of your head about making it perfect. Yeah. Instead, making it just like doing your best, honestly.
Yeah.
And then also with the caveat that if they don't like it, you can change something about it too.
Then you can change it.
But that's not the case in a lot of.
Yeah, I think with junk journals, I was very comfortable in that, making handmade on the jewelry side and the hand stamped, because it was, the material is static.
Yeah.
It's either copper or nickel.
Right.
And lettering. And so it's a pretty
junk journal could be.
And for me, it's like,
sky's the limit.
It's vast.
Mm-hmm.
You could go many directions, and you don't know what their expectation is.
I guess if they're asking you to do it, they've seen some of your work. They know what your style it tends to be and what you work with. So in that, there's a starting point.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But I feel like, and I've had people I know and friends say, oh, make like an assemblage or something like that. But it's still, I feel, I don't.
Sometimes you can.
I think there's
sometimes you can't.
so many choices for me. It's like so many choices, and I could put an unlimited. I could go. Who knows? You know, this could it could turn. So it's like, well, what's their style? How do they decorate? What is their, you know, then I get into all like that. It just, yeah.
Oh my gosh. My goofy daughter, Julie, my goofy daughter, Maddie, who made those reels of us, she's watching us on her screens. She has a whole bunch of screens set up that are all, you know, connected to the same.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. And she says, I'm watching the big tag debate on 5 screens. This is history in the making.
That's so funny. So yes, I mean, this is like life altering.
Yeah.
Subject matter conversation here.
When I first was talking to Julie about what is a tag, I was just laughing at myself, you know, as I was talking about it. And then she's like, that would be a great, you know, and I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, you're having this whole stream of consciousness.
Like, are you sure?
Typing out, are you sure you want to do this message? And I'm like, let's do it. I love it. I love it. I thought this is going to be fun. Everybody's going to enjoy it.
Yep. It's a good way to get people talking about things.
I think so. I think, you guys raise your hand, put a heart or raise your hand if you enjoyed this discussion. And would you like us to do more? Because we can.
I think people would rather see you making your fabulous tags and your fabulous journals.
Well, I mean, I think it's good to like, change it up. I mean, even researching yesterday and, you know, writing this out and typing it up, it just kind of made me think about, because I tend to get very myopic, and I'm in like a little thing and I'm like, this is a tag. But it's, you know, it really is an expansive craft, and it's all a matter of okay, so everybody's saying yes to do more.
Well, it's good to have the interaction.
Yes.
Feedback.
So I mean, we could even do it like once a month, or we can change off. We can have it, you know, have it on your channel next time, and then just doing. I think it's fun.
It's a lot of fun. Always hanging with you is fun.
Yeah. And what would you guys? What would be the things you guys would want us to? Something went weird here on my screen. What would you want us to do a deep dive into, or a what the heck?
What the heck
dive?
I love that.
Yeah. What inquiring minds? Like, what have you wondered about?
Yeah, I'd love to know.
Yes, we can make a tag. In fact, so there are, and I won't say there are lots of makers, like wonderful makers, and people that I follow, and they're relaxing, and I love to watch them create and make. And there's a few people that I watch, and they make very, very, very thin tags, like a thin book page, and maybe another piece of paper glued to it. So maybe we'll debunk. I'll do a little debunking. We can, you know, switch around, and but I just grabbed like really thin things. In fact, I saw somebody, I think it was this week, I was watching an older video, and it was like a piece of like this, and then some thin paper glued to it, and that was kind of the extent of it. And of course, mine, I'm like always worried about everything, and I'm like, oh my, that won't won't
Yeah, why would you even do
enough
that?
because I know this wonderful maker, they do, they sell their journals. And but I'm like, oh no, Mr. Bill, like, the worrier in me, I'm like, that's not going to be substantial enough. So I think, I do want to do a little debunking of that.
Well, that reminds me, I do like these coffee dyed doilies and things. And the coffee dyeing helps like beef it up a little bit, makes it a little harder to rip. Yeah. So I'm thinking, well, now maybe I can start putting these, because I see a lot of makers put their paper doilies in the journal, and I'm always concerned about them ripping. But why? It's okay to have some ripped pieces of paper. Like, it's a junk journal. Same with like the thin dictionary pages. It's like, it's
they're very thin.
Very thin. But it's so fun to go through a journal and come across different pages and different textures. And
it's crinkly. It has a good noise.
So it's okay.
Tactile and feel a certain way. Yeah.
So I'm letting myself, play with those thinner materials now too. Mr. Bill. Yes, that wasn't that funny. We all remember Mr. Bill.
Oh, no. That's how like I might. Well, I probably don't seem cool, calm, and collected. I know I don't. I know I'm not cool, calm, and collected, but sometimes I might seem calm and I have things going on in my head often. Yeah. So Diane says little golden book.
Yeah, I just wrote that down.
Ooh, that would be
a deep dive.
Yes.
I
honestly don't know.
There've been people in the past that I've watched do, people that maybe are book sellers or book historians, have a lot more knowledge than I do, have done some pretty great videos on that. So I don't know if I could, I don't know. I feel like I would be remaking the wheel, but not very well if I did that. But I'm writing it down as an idea of maybe we can talk about.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, just because other people have done it doesn't,
Yeah.
We, I mean, I don't know anything. I don't know when they were, I know nothing. I know nothing other than that I love them.
Started in the early 40s. Definitely. Gosh, my words aren't coming to me, but they were trying to make it inexpensive. There was more emphasis put on children and education and reading at that time. So they were trying to make inexpensive books for kids.
See, look at you. I didn't.
Certain number of pages. It went from, and you can imagine the numbers of pages have changed in the little golden books. The standard numbers of pages have changed over the years.
Oh, so like the older ones had more pages?
More pages.
See, I didn't even know that.
Longer stories, and then they started becoming shorter and more concise. And so, it's 222 here. I'm so like that when I see repetitive numbers. It's usually 3:33, like when it's 3:33 in the afternoon, and I happen to look at the clock right then. I'm like, 3:33, and I have to tell everybody.
I know. I had a friend that was kind of like clued in and like watched, but I don't know what all the like does that?
Numerology.
Yeah. What says each, right? Because
I don't know. I just know that it's cool when it's 3:33, and I turned 33 on 03/03/03. That the date.
Wow.
That was weird.
Wow. There's something about, and isn't that like sometimes, or is it some people think like angels, or it's a loved one communicating?
You think that it'd have to be some sort of significant thing that happened, but I don't remember anything significant.
And that you looked right that moment and saw it. That's really cool. All right. So what should we do, LeAnne? Should we make a few tags?
We can do tag. Yeah, I can make some work on some tags.
Yeah. I feel like I need to make a thin I feel like I need to recreate the one I saw the other day. See if it's like, and I might say, oh my gosh, I love it. It's marvelous and it's thick enough.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
See if I can change my camera.
Yeah, me too. I've been using the Restream. Well, it's just, oh, here it is. Like, where is it? Camera. I think that's the one. Yeah, there we go. I got to push stuff out of the way. Oh, Kathy's saying, is that is 33, is that a Jubilee? See, I don't even know.
I don't know. Is that what they call a Jubilee birthday?
I love that happens to you all the time, Susie. You should look into it. I'm all about the signs.
Yeah. Well, because my birthday is March 3rd, I think that and then it happened to be 2003, and then I happened to be turning 33 because I was born in 1970. That was kind of unique. But I don't know if it's called anything. Jubilee is a special anniversary of an event, especially one celebrating 25 or 50 years of a reign or activity.
I just heard like the Queen's Jubilee, right? Is that?
Yeah, that's probably that same usage. I just need to step away real quick. I'll be right back.
Yes. Oh, Kathy put the link in so we can all, when does it start? Let's see. Does it start in half an hour? And Kathy's having a very special guest today. Nettie's back. Oh, wow. See, I just feel like when we see those things, we're getting a message, but oh, not until 4. Okay. Okay. But put the link in if you want real quick before you leave. That would be awesome. I like that. You want to get ready for a change. I used to take longer to get ready when I first doing lives, and now I'm like much more calm about it. I'm like, I'll get it together. Okay, so I'm taking this is just a thin. In fact, I picked this up when Nettie and LeAnne and I went to I keep wanting to say Restore, but it's not Restore. Remainders. So this is just very thin. It's even less than copy paper weight, I would say. So let me get a piece that's not all bent here. Okay. And let's see. And then here, because I'm still working on the patriotic journal, I'm going to take one of this printable, which is from a great site. It doesn't say the name of her site, but Tara L. Jacobson. If you often look on Pinterest and look for printables, her items come up all the time and they're awesome. So I do use them from time to time. And her site is really great, and all of her things can be used for personal or finished products, like if you're making a journal or a tag or something to sell. So, which is very, very generous of her to do that. Hi, Becky. How are you? Oh, good. Oh, let me click. I'm going to click. I think I already hit the notification, but I will on my phone over here. How are you today? All right, let me click that. Oh, and I already have the notification on. Okay. So this is very thin. This has all been a very interesting conversation. It's really made me think about how I like things and preferences. Okay, let's put that somewhere. This one is a little bit thicker, but I think we'll use it. So I feel like I need book page. Let me get one of the antique books out. So I think those pages are kind of thin. They tend to be a little bit fragile. Well, although these have a little bit of thickness, but we'll use this. Do I have one that's thinner? Let me look at this one since we're going for thin.
Bye, Kathy, and hello, Becky.
Maybe I'll use this. I'm looking for very thin. Look at this.
What is that?
This
little brownies?
It's called Pictorial Knowledge. This was a book.
Wow.
My neighbor friend Kiki, I guess she for a while she was looking for books to take to her dad's assisted living.
Mm-hmm.
When he transitioned there, she noticed like their library was lacking.
Oh.
So she was always looking for magazines and books and just kind of because it seemed like people were enjoying them. So anyway, so she went to one of the local libraries and she's like, oh, they have a bunch of free books. And they always have like a cart out front. So I ran over there a couple days later and this was one that I picked up, but oh my gosh, look at that.
That's cute.
Like I wouldn't be able, although this one has tape
to use it.
I don't know. Maybe.
Mm.
Maybe. Although, let's see. You know what? I should actually look. Maybe it's past its copyright and they're in the public domain.
Oh, but probably. Yeah.
These are brownies. Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, so great. These are marvelous. Okay, so we don't want to use those pages.
So I'll show so this has been sitting in my drawer for a while. I made a master board, my very first master board. And I used manila file folder.
Okay.
And I did sort of like I'm going to slap all these things together on this page and then cut them out into cards. And then I backed them with like some ledger paper, whatever. And they've just been sitting in my drawer. And because I don't like them, but I know that I don't want to throw them away and that they have potential, I just need to move them into the next phase of being. So that I'm just kind of showing you my dirty laundry in a way, because
now do you not like them? You don't like the thickness, or you just don't like
so that was one thing that was a little off-putting. It was like so thick. I thought, yes, does anybody really want this? I don't know, maybe, but that's okay. I'm gonna still do something with it. I'm just not sure. And maybe it's because it's so basic and so rudimentary and so random because again, it's the masterboard concept. So you're making this big thing and then you're chopping it up, kind of a mass make. And then the idea is to put some sort of focal point on there, which I obviously have not done yet.
Which is going to make it even thicker.
Right. Yes. Unless I use a thinner paper, but I mean, it is where it is at the moment. So that was my first attempt at a masterboard concept to make tags.
Mm-hmm.
So then when I went to do the project that you did the other day, I chose to, like, here I just used a thin index card to apply my things. And I like the feel of that better. It's still sturdy enough, but it's not going to be as...
It's not overly thick.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be like tag board. I
guess.
guess.
Those are very, yes. Yeah. And that's how my paper strip one came out, super thick like that.
Which, again, okay, but it depends on where you're gonna use it. So I don't know.
See, and Susie says she loves them. I love the look of them too. But that goes back to that, LeAnne's personal preference. She doesn't, she doesn't have a major love for thicker things.
And it's maybe not even just the thickness. It's more maybe the randomness or the lack of the focal point. Once I get the focal point on there, maybe some more textures like fabric. Maybe I'll put a hole in it. So that's where I'm challenging myself to do that today. I'm going to do that. Rather than starting something new, I'm getting into my drawer. And
that one, right? I think they look amazing. That right there, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's goodness right there. Like the red and the turquoise and the older papers and the stripes and the pop of color. I think that's really grabbing me. That I love the look of it.
Oh, good.
Diane saying she's never made a masterboard. A lot of people last night in Laura's chat were saying they'd never made masterboards. Like Amy had remarked that, Angela. Now Diane is saying that. Yeah. And I've made a few big ones, but I tend to do like smaller masterboard. Like I would almost take, a tag, whatever, something like this, and masterboard, and then just make it into a tag rather than do a big one. I do it. I also find I've done that before, and then I have an envelope and I stick them in there, and there they still sit. So really, I should get them out and make something with them. See, that is really good. Also, what you could also do if you wanted to, I like the see-throughness, but if you wanted it to be more opaque, is that the word? Opaque is not see-through. You could also back it onto a piece of copy paper.
Yes, just
stick it to a piece of copy paper and then fussy cut, and then it'll give you. But I feel like I like the see-throughiness of it. Actually, now that I've said that. Oh, I like that looks great. Okay.
Sometimes things just work out when I'm not thinking too much, but
Let's see. I'm going to cut this. Where's my cutter? So that it's really like a tag. Look at these, are so cool. This was in the Happy Mail that Terry sent me.
Oh,
and,
those are neat.
I think when you were here, right? You said, "Oh, those would be great." So I just, but here again, here's the thickness. So I just photocopied. I didn't even scan them, but I did it on. Well, see, so this will end up being this weight, and then I'll probably put a piece of ledger paper on the back of them.
Right.
So I guess it's not going to be that much different from the ones I just said, oh, I don't love these, from the other receipts.
Were those reproductions of something, or those?
Well, see, I'm horny because they're not. Let me see. Here's the original. I stuck it I stick it over on the credenza because I keep all my kind of antique ephemera. I mean, I could use them, keep one and use the rest, hoard one and use the rest. It says a Borum, and yeah, these are definitely old. A Borum and Pease product, 5154 duplicate, 5156 triplicate.
Wow.
Made in the USA. So, yeah, these definitely, I don't know what the age is, but they're pretty cool. And actually, I should have scanned it because I don't know if it's coming through. They're very creamy, the original, and I just photocopied, so it ended up being
I think they look great no matter what.
Very white, but I'll probably do the similar to what I did with those Dollar Tree receipts. Okay, so let me make this thinner. Maybe I'll end up using it in this journal. Let's see. Susie said she's made 3. Oh, good. Nitty's going to make her first masterboard this weekend. That is good. That'll be fun. Susie says she's made 3, one with vintage advertising, one with postal stamps, and the other with different shades of book page. I love them so much. I never get them up. Yeah. Yeah, that could happen too. You love that you don't want to use it.
That's the H word. The H word, right? Hoarding?
Yes.
The H word.
Very guilty of that.
Well, or we can think of it as treasure keeping or something like that. I like stamps as a good focal point. Now that I have a supply of stamps, I can pull from my stamps.
Yeah, stamps are
postage stamps, that is. Yeah.
See, look how good that looks with the lady on it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I got these ladies, I was going to say, from Anitra, I Spy Queen. She sent me a little goodie bag of some beautiful materials to share, to play with, which is really fun. It's always fun to get happy mail from somebody, to get kind of an assortment of maybe materials that you have never, been exposed to, or just aren't, in your community or your realm, your circle, I guess. Oh, I love that. Lemon cucumber. So then suddenly you have a whole bunch of materials that you are a bigger assortment to choose from.
Exactly. It's so nice.
And then we can share our excess with our friends.
I have so much stuff that when I put together packages for people, I'm like, oh my gosh. It's
like, you have to include.
Which tells me I need to do it more often.
You shared with me these little that you printed, these little pharmacy labels. So I cut
that's
out.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I cut those out. And this one's funny, mothballs. I went into Value Village, our Savers, the other day, and it smelled like mothballs, which I don't enjoy.
Oh, really? Oh, I haven't smelled mothballs in a while. That definitely has a distinctive smell.
Mm-hmm. I think I just have an extra sensitive sense of smell because I can walk into a space and kind of know what happened there, or
wow. Oh, like if somebody passed through that was wearing perfume.
Or somebody who had onions for lunch or something like that.
If you were a superhero, that
is my superpower.
Smelling, Mine used to be hearing. I had when back when I worked at the investment bank, we were in a big trading room, all the traders. So it was a huge room. I don't even know what to say the size of it, and then we all had, different desks, and we sat super close to each other on these desks, but it was a big, vast room. And my coworkers that were in my department or at my desk, they would always look at me and they're like, what are they saying? Like I could hear like way across the room and know like conversations. I was like a bat. Like, is it a bat who has really good hearing? I had such great hearing, and I've totally ruined and obliterated my hearing from hammering, from doing the metalworking for so many years.
Oh, yeah.
It is not, yeah.
And probably didn't think to wear protection or anything.
Well, I did. I wore like really heavy duty.
Did you?
I wore 2 levels of protection. I wore hi, sweetheart. Taylor is officially done.
Hi, Taylor.
She had her finals today.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Well, I shouldn't say not officially done with college, but she's still with her summer.
Yeah. Yeah. Still. Yeah. That's great.
We had an earthquake.
Yeah, it was really big.
Oh.
I didn't feel an earthquake. Did you, LeAnne? I mean, you're farther.
No.
What was it on the Richter scale?
I don't know, but it shook the building.
So weird.
So
I
had
didn't.
to leave.
So you had to leave?
Yeah. Oh, we came back.
Oh, so you left the building and then came in and finished your final?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that was tsunami.
What time was it? What time?
What time was the?
So I've been sitting here since about 9:45.
It was probably like 9.
Wow.
Oh, 9:30-ish. So maybe I was walking around. I think I was doing dishes. What was I doing? I was doing dishes and laundry. Maybe that's why I didn't feel it. I must have been walking around.
It was like,
wow.
we had to leave because the building's made of glass. So.
Oh wow.
But it was like.
So was it scary? It was scary. Yeah. Was it a jolt or was it a rolling? It was a roll. It kept going on and on.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that long, but then it shook a little bit after.
Wow.
But like you could hear the windows shaking.
That's very nerve-wracking.
The desks shook.
That's very nerve-wracking.
Oh wow, Taylor.
We were almost on the exam, and then there was like.
Wow.
Like, do you want to go outside? And then everyone's like, no. And then he's like, no, I think we have to go outside.
You need to go. Yeah, to be safe, you need to go. Wow. Wow.
Especially right after that big Russian one.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't want to mess around with it. Yeah. So
scary. Well, that's a exclamation point on the end of your class.
I know.
Memorable.
My but no, yeah. So I would wear the what are they? The ones you stick in your ear. The pliable ones. So I wore those like synthetic earplugs and the big puffy ones. That go over your head.
Yep.
So that's what I wore two levels, but I did it for, I don't know, 12 years, hammering copper with a big metal on a metal plate is so loud.
Wow.
Very loud. So, I mean, it's not like I haven't ruined my hearing, but it's not. It's not what it was when I could hear all the conversations.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You're the same way, Angela? Are you the one where people say, what are they saying? What's going on? I would be like, shh, like, shh, don't talk. Let me listen. Yeah.
Oh, how funny.
Ooh, this is very thin. It's very thin. Okay. But maybe this is going to be debunk. Oh, see, with the glue is giving it a whole different thing, as Kathy said. Let's see here. Where's my Starbucks card? It's so hard, like moving back and forth from one side of my desk to the other.
Yeah.
I don't put things back where I can grab it from both sides.
Mhm.
Okay.
I can imagine.
We're a little wrinkly, a little crooked, but that's okay. You do, Diane? You have earthquakes? Wow, in Arkansas. I always think about that we have them more here on the West Coast versus other places. Wow. There must be a fault line or something.
Must be. Maybe
running.
So this was something else I did on that day when we did the strips. I used, because I was just experimenting using different substrates as you brought that word into the, into the picture. I love that.
I don't even know where I got that word.
I love that though. It's totally true. I have a ton of this parchment paper. So just like thin parchment paper. So I decided to use that and I attached all the strips with the idea that I was making, or the idea evolved that these would be cut and I would make belly bands out of them because they would fit in my junk journals as a belly band. And it might be nice to have that sort of, you know, how parchment feels kind of plasticky or waxed almost, so that would make a little belly band and then something can easily slip back there behind it like that. And then to reinforce it or to make, first of all, to hold the strips down because the glue stick doesn't really hold once you cut it. Sometimes you have little spots where the glue stick doesn't hold. So I stitched around, as you can see, a little zigzag stitch.
I love.
And then that I feel like is plenty of sturdy to be a belly band.
Yeah, I would agree from what I can see.
Yeah,
I would agree. I love the stitching.
Yeah. I wanted to experiment with the parchment paper that I have as a base. And I liked that. Now for a tag, it might not be sturdy enough. If I wanted, something thicker to go in and out, in and out, in and out, that kind of thing. I thought we were going to have like product testing for this, Julie, where we would have tags that are going in and out of a pocket.
Well, I could do that.
Times.
I could just do like fast forward. Although, you know what's so funny? Like, okay, so see, that's a total thing in my crazy mind.
Yeah. I know.
Sold in and out and in and out. But really, if you've sold a journal to somebody and or gifted or whatever, and they write their thing in it that one time, are they really going to be pulling it in and out? So again, that is probably overkill in my mind.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe not.
Like how, like there, it's not probably, would it be, I mean, I guess so, like maybe if they were using it as a prayer journal or an inspirational journal, or something where they're documenting things over several days or multiple times, perhaps they're moving in and out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But see, it's debunking. Now see, this is very thin for my crazy brain. But we'll see what it is like once the glue also dries. Right. Very wrinkly. also have glue all over here. Oh, Fontana. That's close to where my brother-in-law lives. 4.3, 4 miles from Fontana. Oh, I'll have to text them later. My nieces and nephews, some of them are there. Taylor, it was 4.3, 4 miles from Fontana, which is, Rancho Cucamonga. So it's close by Uncle Toshi and
Rancho Cucamonga.
In fact, I think they lived in Fontana, I think.
And Susie's asking, where are you, Julie?
Oh, I am in Rancho Palos Verdes. But on the, like if you look on a Google Maps, we're on the closest to San Pedro. So Rancho Palos Verdes is like a big hill. And we're on, so if this is the hill, we're on this side of the hill. So we face San Pedro, and Long Beach Harbor is over here. And then if you drive around the hill and get to this, so it's ocean. It's like a peninsula. So it's ocean all the way around. And on this side is, some people may have heard, like Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, as you continue around. And then it's just my example. And then it's just attached to LeAnne. Then you're going towards like LA. And if you go this direction, we're probably about maybe 20 miles from downtown LA. But of course, just depends on the traffic. So this still has to dry, but like I would feel like this is too thin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
a little floppy at that size.
Yeah. Very, but this is interesting. This has been very interesting. Where's my paper? Okay, I'm gonna do the edges.
Yes, Julie's in Southern California. I am in
Southern California,
Washington. Yeah. I am just north of Seattle, Washington. And I have felt earthquakes here. Definitely on the Pacific Ridge. Whatever that fault line is, I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I've been through all the big earthquakes.
Yeah, North Beach.
Yeah.
Is it called Northridge?
The Northridge. Yeah. In fact, on Northridge, I was working. I think we're on the
downtown
25th floor. I think so. Downtown LA, one of the skyscrapers. I think it was the 25th floor. Yeah. I've told that story before, and I thought one of my coworkers. I had a cubby at the time, and my back, like the back of my chair, kind of faced the opening to the cubby, and I thought he had come up behind and was shaking my chair, and so it was a swivel, so I swung around like to say knock it off, or and I'm like, nobody's there. And then I hear my other coworkers like on the other side of the cup, because it was like all these cubbies all lined up. And then I could hear one of the other guys saying, "As the earth, get under your desk." People started yelling.
Goodness, what an experience that was for you.
Yeah, that one went on for a long time.
Yeah.
So maybe if I'm going to do a little bit more, maybe some stamps here. But my thought, and I'm also going to put a hole, because I've seen similar. But really, this is also getting me thinking. I mean, if you're writing on a piece of paper, that doesn't need to be thick.
True.
That's all.
Right. Right.
That should probably be 1 week. Deep dive into mental hangups. Into mental, right? Because I mean, if you have a notebook and you got a notebook and it's full of paper, it doesn't have to be thick. We're writing on the paper and we're ripping it off.
Right.
Folding it, sticking it in an envelope.
Yes.
So a lot of debunking here.
That's funny.
Mental hangups. Yep, California and Southern California. Los Angeles County. Let's see what we have here. See if we can find something fun. Yeah, we were worried about the tsunami. So we have family, not on the mainland Japan, but they're in Okinawa. And we also have family all on Jim's side. We have aunts and cousins that live in Hawaii. So
oh yeah,
I was texting my niece who lives down the street. We were like, oh, my dad and stepmom, they live out in Palm Springs area, but they had been staying on the coast, like Central California, just to get away from the heat. They rented a place for like a month. So in fact, they're driving back home today. So my dad was the first one that texted and said, oh, there's a tsunami and there's going to be waves and we might have to, leave or evacuate. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what is going on? And then my niece, who lives down the street from us here, she texted me just within 10 minutes of that and said the same thing. And I'm like, oh my, yeah. I was like still trying to wrap my head around.
Right.
And then we were looking up and I'm like, well, I feel like we're going to be fine. And then we started worrying about, well, what about auntie and uncle? And how is everybody in Hawaii? And
yes, of course.
But I was like, what is that going to be possible? We're having.
I know. Well, they set up all up and down the West Coast too.
Right? Yeah. Because you probably got all the same.
And I said to John, because if you go out to the Washington coast, like Ocean Shores, there's tsunami high ground signs everywhere because they deal with it there, of course, right on the coast. But where we are, it's not. We have a few layers to get to us in the Seattle area, so it probably wouldn't affect us. But definitely anybody on the coast here has experience with it, or at least preparation for it.
Yeah, we have like the harbor, which of course I guess it could affect boats for sure. Anything that's moored, and we have cruise ships and things that come to San Pedro. But then like a lot of we don't really have. You have to get on the other side, like Manhattan, Redondo, Hermosa, to find beaches. Like the coast that we have closest to us, it's all rocky, and you can't even. You can hardly even get down there. It's like big high cliffs. Huh? Well, Cabrillo Beach. Yeah, I guess that would be. I guess that's the only closest beach. Rat Beach. Taylor's.
Now I want to go to the beach.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm itching to go.
I know. I never go to the beach.
You're pretty close. Yeah. I so wanted to go out to Dana Point when I was down in what's that called? Where my friend lives.
Oh yes,
San Clemente. Yeah, and it was of course like the day after the 4th of July, and it was packed, so there was no way we were going to get in even get a parking spot down there.
People.
Yeah. Got to go early and set up camp. Set up your spot.
I think that's why I don't go, because I always have also a mental picture, like I won't be able to find parking.
Yeah.
That house and
deal with tourists.
Yeah, I have a mental blockage of it all.
Yeah.
Which is probably not necessarily true. It's just, again, all the weird things.
Sure.
That are in my head.
Mm-hmm. We trick ourselves with all those thoughts sometimes. It was surprising to get tsunami warning in the city, Nettie said.
Right? I know. I was like, when, my dad first texted me, I'm like, what is he even talking about?
Yeah.
Did you, did somebody text you, Nettie? And then I had to I have to look online. I had to what is going on? And then people started posting on the ring,
mm-hmm.
app, oh, we should be okay because it's, they started posting stuff.
Would this count for the prompt of photograph using this little?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Is that an actual photograph?
It just, no. It was in a little pack that I got at the thrift store.
Yes.
Little Tim Holtz pack, ephemera pack.
Yes. Yes. Oh, that's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a text. Oh, yeah. Because my niece got an LA one. And then she texts after we had started texting. She's like, did you get the LA warning? I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I didn't get anything.
Oh my gosh.
Then she copied and sent it to me or whatever.
This is so cool. One of the pharmacy tag things that you had is actually Lincoln Pharmacy, which was actually in Seattle, in Wallingford. And I know that.
Oh, wow.
That pharmacy. That's so funny.
I think I bought them on Whatnot. I think somebody on Whatnot is where I got those. And of course, I have to figure out how to do all that. But at some point, I would like to start. What's the word? Like scanning things and being able to put it on. I never know if it's Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi, whatever that's called.
Like I have this little pharmacy box.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and that one's from Fresno.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm. I found that at the bins.
See, I should send you. I don't know if I made a photocopy. I think I scanned them. I should send you the thing for it, and then you can print more and copy them out, fussy cut them, and then keep them in your little box. On your desk. That would be so cute. Ko-Fi. Oh, Angela, let me show you the prompts. Oh, I wrote them down. Oh, when did I write them on?
Ko-Fi. I have to check that out. Ko-Fi.
So here they are. So because I won't be here the following 2 Thursdays. So this coming week it's doors. The second week watercolor, and then photograph. And then I'll post 2 in the group.
I guess I skipped ahead a few weeks then with this one, but that counts.
You're thinking ahead. I'm going to be way behind.
I hardly ever even participate in them, so I'm just happy to get to
see you're all
in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, you could just you're ready to post your. Oh shoot! I lost my. Oh, I didn't put my pin in. Oh no! Oh no!
Where are these other ones? So that one, Tacoma. The mothballs says Tacoma, Washington, which, by the way, that's the city on my birth certificate, if anyone wants to know. And then Missoula, Montana for that sulfur. I don't know why I'm into this all of a sudden. This one is Ithaca, New York.
Oh, so they're all different.
Pharmacy, yeah.
How cool is that?
These are neat.
Hi, Big Mama. How are you?
Hey, Big Mama. Another
Happy
Missoula.
Thursday.
Thursday doesn't get enough credit, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's underloved and appreciated day.
Yes.
That is so cool. I didn't even notice that when I got them, that they were different cities and pharmacies.
Yeah. I love the vintage pharmacy labels. They're so great.
Oh, Angela got them on Instagram.
Oh, very cool.
I got them thinking they would be like cool Halloween, like a Halloween kind of thing. I don't think any of them are very creepy, though, are they?
Not really, but they're appropriate for these. They have a vintage look and the writing and stuff. So, what did I bid on one time? A whole apothecary label collection that was probably from an estate where the person was a druggist or a pharmacist or something like that. And I bid on it. And of course, I'm not a high bidder, so I was not going to get it. But
did it go for a lot?
It's what I intended to do, was to copy a bunch of them, of course, and then use them. It did. I don't remember what exactly, but
I have so much of stuff. I have so much of stuff like that.
Angela says she has some vintage pharmacy label blanks from work. That's so cool.
Oh, wow, Angela.
Is it illegal? Like, if somebody had a bunch of like old pharmacy prescription pads, would it be illegal for someone to have those and to craft with them? I wonder.
I mean, I know
writing a prescription, right?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I know there is some, right? They're not supposed to be in the hands.
Destroy them, almost like they're checks, you wouldn't want them in the wrong hands, kind of thing.
Oh, Angela's saying no.
No, okay.
Nice.
Probably just becomes illegal if you're signing fraudulently and trying to pass it as something.
Yeah, but not if you're like collaging on it and. All right, I'm such a slow. You probably made like 5 things. I really made 1 thing. But this is too thin for me. I was trying to like as closely recreate as I could. So it was a piece of that. And like the paper I saw them use was, now it could have been a little bit thicker, but it was from a pad like that. Almost looked like exactly the same. It's kind of okay up here, but this is copy. Oh no, this is not copy paper. This is like thin. It's that like a thin craft paper. It's
okay.
So it's thicker than coffee or copy paper. So this isn't too bad, but this is way too thin with just the book page, and then this is regular copy paper. So like I would have a phobia and not have a comfort level. But again, if it was just for me, I would probably be cool with it and I could write in it and stick it in my journal. But for resale or gift,
I could see that. It's just not substantial enough.
Yeah, so I probably would just put another piece of paper like coffee. In fact, maybe I'll see if I have some that's that big, like a piece of coffee dyed paper on the back, and it'll probably be great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all it would take. So you could, you know.
Oh, so Big Mama's saying it probably would be similar to, it wouldn't be illegal, just like old blank checks.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kathy was asking, don't they, I guess nowadays need numbers?
Or like a license number or something. Yeah.
It would be good if they did, Big Mama, right?
Big Mama has an old checkbook from the 1900s.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow.
Neat. What am I looking for? I'm looking for something to go up here. Some lace.
Well, now we hardly even get a paper prescription. You know, like when you go to your doctor, now they're just like, what pharmacy do you use?
They call it in. Yeah.
Call it in, or I think it even goes like computer, right?
Yeah, right.
Like it goes electronically. So yeah. Keep it in reserve just in case, Big Mama. If you get in a bind. I don't know, you know, sometimes you hear like people, whatever, you know, scammy people, like just stuff that they're doing, and they're like, why would the bank have, you know what I mean? Like people
how would it even get that far?
Yeah, like how did they even cash that, or how did they even do that? So yeah, I don't know. It could. Yeah, it's nice when it's electronic. Yeah. Okay, let me see if I have coffee, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure, Angela, in your experience, you'd much rather get something electronically than have a piece of paper that you have to, you know, verify is legit and also read it. Terrible handwriting.
I feel like I put my coffee dye packet somewhere. I have so many bins of journals I've started. Oh, here. It's terrible. That's why I couldn't find it. Well, I think I need to be like you and Nettie when I get back. I need to do some coffee dyeing. I am down to very little.
I really enjoyed when I made the avocado dyed paper, which is made it kind of this pink color here.
I think is this avocado? I think this, and I have to say, all the dyed paper I have is either from you or some I bought.
Yeah.
I think this might be one of yours.
Yeah, that could have been a coffee dyed.
Oh, this I've been hoarding. This was from you. Look at the texture.
Oh, but yeah.
How did you get? Was it your?
Probably just some random thing I put on it. Don't know.
Good.
Hi, John Eggers. Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
How are you today?
I don't think I even have I guess I could do, I'll do like a little hodgepodge. It's too thin. Yeah, I don't even have a whole piece here. All right, I'll do like a little collage action here, which will even give it more. Oops. All right, so nobody has said what they would like us to talk about. on another other
Oh,
than
yeah. Yeah, with the exception of the little golden book.
Yeah, the little golden
history.
book. I think it's a great idea.
Let's see, something crafty. Some kind of crafty subject, maybe.
Oh, you're never late, Nancy. We're just hanging out.
Good job listing, Angela. She has 7 items listed, she says.
Nice.
Hi, Big Mama.
That's awesome.
Pillow land.
I'll go check it out later.
Meaning sleep. Check it out.
I had 2, Angela, last night when I got off talking with you and Christy. I had 2 Etsy sales last night. I'm like, what is going on?
Wow.
I was like, oh, like I saw some like on the app, and I'm like, what? I had a sale. I didn't get a cha-ching. And then when I was looking up to see what that was, another one came over right at the same time. That never happens. That's
yay.
Yeah, I was like, yes. Maybe I'll use this one if I can not mess it up with the ripping. I think that well, it doesn't always work that way, but sometimes it's the more you have listed.
Yeah.
I guess that I do think that's true, LeAnne. Like with
eBay. on eBay, yeah, I listed a couple books last week, and then all of a sudden I sold something else. So
yeah,
I think
so there's something's
triggering it.
Mm-hmm.
People are viewing your items.
Do that.
Hi, Mandy. Mums by Design.
Hi, how are you? Welcome. Angela, are you going to do like live sales on Vamp eventually, or just using the shop feature? You are. You're like good luck charm, Angela. And one item, it was funny because I have like both kids have, well, Taylor has a couple bins, and Ryan, I think, just has one, but so they have bins started in the garage that, like stuff that was my mom's or whatever, just maybe stuff I bought to sell. And then they're like, oh, it's cool. I'm like, here, it's yours,
Yeah.
less that I have to list and sell. And so one thing, Taylor had gone through some of her boxes to pull out some like Harry Potter books for our little niece that she didn't want anymore. And so it was, I don't know, it was like a Christmas thing, a deer. And she's like, I changed my mind. I don't think I really want this. I'm like, okay, I'll list it. And then it sold. So that was funny. I'm like, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good thing about vintage, right?
Yeah. Did you tell her it sold, and did she feel a certain way?
Yeah, I told her, yeah, that was the first thing that sold after I got off with Angela. So that was the first thing I sold, and then the other was a book.
Nice.
That I had listed for a while.
There wasn't any regret after that, was there?
No, because I had wanted, well, the deer definitely not, because I had wanted to sell it anyway. And then, or you know what? I think we had used it in our decor for a couple of years.
Oh yeah, so you had your chance.
I found it at the thrift store, and then I had it like in our Christmas display. And it's one of those like big flocked ones, but it's like brown, but it's a pretty big one. It's like almost 11 inches. So it's like but it has the male with the big rack. And she just always thought it was super cool. So I'm like, I was kind of like, I have so much vintage Christmas. I'm like, yeah. And I, didn't use it for a couple of years. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to sell it. And then she's like, oh, I love it. And I'm like, well, you can have it for your future home here. So it's been in her box for probably like 3 or 4 years. And then she's like, yeah, I'm not so super into it. So I'm like, okay, now I'll sell it.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, it's like perfect. Yeah. Vintage doesn't lose its value. Well, typically, not always, but
right.
All right, so I think we're acceptable now. It's still thin, but
you made it acceptable thickness now.
Yes, it's an acceptable thickness.
That's great.
I'll stick it in a pocket. I can't stand it when the little papers on the hole punch. Because I like if I have to look through the hole to line it up, and then the little papers always get stuck in there.
Right.
At least
I'm still using one from the 60s.
I have some of those, and that's an old one. I have a couple of those I need to put in my shop. I put one in the motorhome to use in there in my craft thing, and then I have a couple to list. But I have this like heavy duty.
It's probably a lot easier on your hand. Like I just kind of hurt myself a minute there, like punching through this thick stuff because of where it hits.
Yeah, this one's definitely. I had this back when I was doing. I did mortgage processing for a number of years when Taylor was a baby, super little. So I had it because I had to punch holes a lot. So I had this and then like the big one. So it's a holdover.
I see.
From back when I was doing that work. Okay, I think we're. Yeah, it's becoming, I have that too, Angela. It's very hard to find things now. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
And I'm not actively picking up things really. It'd have to be something, I don't know. Have to check a lot of boxes, even just to pick up to list in my shop because I'm trying to clear out. And then just like you, next thing I'm going to start going through my own collections of stuff. What's that? Nice. Taylor got 100 points. You were the highest.
Wow.
Nice.
Yay.
What? The mean was 74, and she got 100, and she was the only 100.
Wow.
That's my baby.
Yeah.
Nice, sweetheart.
That's
Congratulations.
Yeah,
of course, it's art history, which is like
I love. I had a pretty good score in art history back in the day.
It's her favorite subject.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we need somebody to do the hole punch.
I took that as an elective back in the day, art history.
I don't think I ever had. Well, when I went to college, I was a humanities
Oh,
major and an econ minor, which is weird.
wow.
Which is a weird combination. So I was working full time I was already
Wow.
I was already assistant vice president, and I was basically. I told you that story. I went back to school. I went to school after high school, then quit and worked full time for a bunch of years, and then went back later to college in adulthood. Well, I guess I was in adulthood. And so I did it because I needed to complete my degree to become a vice president. So I was taking specific classes, and then the bank would what do I want to say? They would subsidize. I don't think they covered my whole tuition. Maybe they did. Maybe for things that were like math and finance and that kind of stuff, they paid for, I think. So I think that's why I probably did it too.
Sometimes that's a good way to go.
Yeah. But I do regret, like, I didn't take it, I didn't get the fun.
Right. Well, I was a business major. I did art history, and I was in marching band the entire time I was in college too. But did I come out with any kind of like marketable career path? No, I did not. So, just because you go to a 4-year school and you get your degree right out of high school, that certainly doesn't mean that you're going to be successful making money.
Yeah, and I who knows?
Not at all.
Oh, I think that was the thing. I'm like a worker bee. I like my mentality. I liked working. I think it was a combination.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
I should have done that instead of, because I didn't I also went to school for HR at a time when HR departments were being, in the early 90s, they were cutting middle management. And so there weren't as many jobs when I was done with my degree to get hired in at that point.
Well, I also started working back in the day where you could really advance places without, right? Like needing a college degree. Like I ended up having a really amazing, exciting job. And I was like one of the few people there. Like most of my coworkers all had college degrees, which of course they would complain if I got more opportunities, but because I worked so hard. I was I was very hardworking and dependable.
Right.
But like there's no way, like I don't think anybody could get that type of position without having probably a master's degree. I don't know. Those were the good old days in banking in corporate America where you could work hard and
get ahead.
Yes, exactly. Kathy says she finished her associate's degree for accounting in 2011. Awesome.
Wow, that's great, Kathy.
Yeah. I think I finished the same year Jim and I got married, which was 98, I think. I graduated college, turned 30, and got married. all in the same year. But Jim and I dated for like 7 or 8 years before we got married. So Kathy started in 73.
Oh, Diane's gonna miss her granddaughter going to college.
Aww.
Wow.
Aw. How far is it? Is it too far? Like she can't come home on the weekends? Is it that far in distance? Mandy says she got a degree in graphic design and she's a stay-at-home wife. I feel like that's so very, very common. In fact, I would say most of the people that I work back with in finance, many of them didn't have finance backgrounds. Like one guy was like a psychology. He'd majored in psychology. It was all these like vast different degrees that people had, and then they just somehow fell into doing that. Oh, it's a million miles away. Oh, the good thing is there's so many great apps for, even FaceTime, and WhatsApp and Marco Polo. Like there's all kinds of like really fun ways that you could stay in touch. Yeah. That's the awesome thing.
And maybe you can travel there.
Yeah. Oh, she's going to have that's exciting. That's very exciting. Well, let me see your tags, LeAnne. Look at how many you've made.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm still working. That's the thing. I keep starting another one, and I'm not finished with.
Oh, I love it with the building and the label and the photograph. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think that's good, just the way it is.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like will you put that in a journal? Will you have a phobia with the thickness?
I might, or I might just send it as like a swap
it would be a great swap. Yeah.
A gift or something.
It would be a great gift swap. Yes.
Same like this one. I don't know. I feel like it needs something a little more something like maybe some stamping,
Yeah, maybe some. Oh yeah, stamping. Yeah, I feel like it maybe needs a little like on the right there or something. I don't know why.
Yeah, and this kind of blends in up here. I wish I'd done black around it or something to make it pop.
You could do do you have those pencils? What are those? Stabilo? You know what? There's a name for it too. I don't know what the name is. If Taylor passes through the room, she'll know. But Amy, amazing Amy, she was in the chat on Laura's live last night, and she suggested to outline some of the like ripped pages that she was putting on her master board with metallic gold. It was so cool. It's not wabi sabi, but there's some Japanese for it. It was so cool looking.
Oh, the gold it's like where they take something that's broken and they what's the I don't know the name of that.
People I've seen a bunch of people doing that with paper lately with collage. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
Neat idea. I like that.
Kathy said she never used her degree, though. She had more fun taking the art classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kathy, same thing. Her daughter has a BA in psychology and she's working in sales. Yeah. I think it's like very, very common. Ooh, Diane's granddaughter, amazing academic scholarship. She's going to have the time of her life. It's going to be very, like, she'll miss you guys and you guys will miss her, but it's just such an exciting time.
Yeah.
Says the person that didn't go away to college and whose daughter is going to college locally. But I just think it's exciting.
Yes.
Did you, Nettie? You just did the metallic gold. Oh my gosh. I've had it like, oh, I want to do that or try that for a while. I just haven't sat down to do it. Black and white. Oh my gosh. Black and white with gold outline. Post a picture in our group when you're able to. Oh, I bet it's gorgeous.
Neat. Yes, share that.
Stunning. Oh, good. Diane's daughter's an architect.
Oh,
and she's
that is
in her degree.
Yeah. That is one where I think when you go to school for that, that's what you work in. Yep.
Yeah. Unless you find out, like, then you're like, oh, I don't love it, or it's not.
Yeah, true.
It ends up not being your thing. But I guess by the time you've taken that many classes and you become a very highly skilled architect, you probably know that you
might even be working as a junior in a firm while you're still finishing.
I've heard a lot of, like, on the graphic design side, some people don't end up liking it.
Yeah.
For maybe it's more an issue with the business side of it all. I don't know. Versus the doing the actual designing. That's awesome. Look at how many you did. I've done one.
I'm just going here and there and everywhere. I already had the basic, this was done already before we started. All of these had the base done. I'm just decorating them now.
Even if I had that, I would still be super slow.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, I don't necessarily want to keep just doing these slanted. What could I do on this one to make it a little different?
Here, let me see.
I know with this tag, it's rounded, but that's going to be more challenging. Because I don't have a punch, like
to grab fabric.
There are people have tag punches out there. But
you also could drop it down in a corner, like down in the right corner or down in the left corner. Like drop it, yeah.
Oh, like with this,
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that too.
That's what I tend to do a lot.
I like that too. I feel like this is so plain here. I need to do something up here.
Yeah. Well, you could also do, like you said, stamping, get like a rubber stamp or do,
That's like a great space filler. Yeah.
Yeah. And then sometimes, like if you're going to put a tab too, or a top.
Right. That's what I was considering. The shape
that fills up a little bit of it. Like this one's kind of like that too, because I had just this big swath. Like it maybe needs something also, but I felt like it needed something here. So this one could definitely have maybe splatter or something, which is probably what I'll end up doing.
Yeah. That's what I have.
Oh, that's exciting. So Diane says her nephew on her daughter's side just graduated from the same architecture program and is working at the same firm. Nice. That probably helped a lot with the job hunting.
Yeah, it probably did.
Oh, is that it, Mandy? Maybe that's why it's a very cutthroat, competitive line of work. Yeah, I think a lot of things tend to be timing. Yeah, I think for me, I was at the right place at the right time and definitely timing.
Still haven't used these little bee stamps that I got.
Those are cute.
Really want to.
Those are cute. You could even do like stamp them and then like rip the paper. You know what I mean? Like make a little like a little focal or something.
Yeah.
Those are cute.
Gonna put those aside and do that soon. Do that soon.
Look at this. This was in that fabric that I picked up this little bundle when you and Nettie and I went to that place. Look at this one. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's fun.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
What time did Kathy say she goes live today? Is it
Oh,
1?
that's right. We got to go catch her thing. I don't remember.
I'll look it up in a sec here.
Yeah, I think my belly is grumbling. Well, not grumbling, but my mind is saying,
4.
you need to eat.
Oh, 4 o'clock. Whose time? People are saying 4, but what does that mean exactly?
Is that for our? I think she's the same. Well, Arizona flips back and forth, but I think I know when we were doing the marathon, we were the same time zone.
Let me just go to her.
Here, let me click on the thing.
Someone else I know is going to be on.
Oh, live in 12 minutes and 12:45.
Oh, okay. So 1 o'clock our time.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. So yeah, we gotta go support her. Yeah, lots of that's what I had when I was in banking. Oh my gosh, so many mergers. I started out with I was Security Pacific.
Yeah.
And then we became maybe, I don't know, part of 3 or 4 other banks. And then when I retired, it was Bank of America. So it was.
Yes. I was a banker's wife for a lot of years.
Yeah.
He came up here for when they took over Seattle. No, what was it called? Seafirst Bank. When Bank of America took over Seafirst Bank.
Old name.
Yeah, and so he came up here with them, and then with Bank of America, and then yeah. But I think before that he was Nations Bank. He was at Nations Bank.
Nation. I was going to say there was something with an N.
Yeah.
I feel like there was Nation. There was something out of like North Carolina or South Carolina. Oh, that's probably what it was. Because some people ended up moving there.
Yes.
The people in our department
that became the B of A headquarters.
Yes, that's right.
When it's really in San Francisco, but. Yeah, the Nations Bank.
That's right. That's what it was. We were lucky because we were we ran all the money market funds and all the funds for the bank. So we kind of just got like when banks we'd merge and acquire us, we just kind of stayed.
Yeah.
We stayed the same group with all our marketing people, because we had these huge funds of money. So they didn't really mix us up too much. So that was good. But it was always like, oh, what's going to happen?
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. I think I like that where I'm just rounding the corner, softening the edges a little bit, as opposed to this where it's like a hard.
Yeah.
Let me do it.
Oh yeah, that looks nice. I've never tried that. It looks very nice. Much softer.
Yeah. But of course it's due to, you could be a little irregular with it. I got to be careful not to shave off too much, but it's working. Yeah, I like that.
I feel like I haven't been crafting as much as I typically do.
Yeah, it's good to get hands-on, do some things.
I've been so focused on Etsy and clearing things out and organizing.
It's good. There's the time for all of it.
Yeah, it feels good to get back, but if you don't know where all my stuff is.
Right. Right. I liked this quote. This was on one of the pieces of scrapbook paper that I was using. It says, it's a quote from Helen Keller. Your success and happiness lies in you.
Oh, I love that.
Speaking of, what we were talking about with school and careers. And
yes. Very apropos.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get that? Was on scrapbook paper?
Yeah. So, the little edge.
Oh, yeah.
Like sometimes it will be like that. This particular brand just puts little quotes and things. This was also on there.
Oh, that's cute. That's a cute little something.
Putting that away to hold on to.
Oh, that's cute. I feel like I don't use like quotes and words and things much, but it's because I don't have a good source for them,
Mm-hmm.
Or I printed out like a couple of things I think I found for free online, but they're just, I don't know. They don't grab me or something. Yeah. They're not like, I love that quote. Like I like stuff like that. The other ones I have are, I don't want to say they're negative, but I don't know. That one's so positive.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like when I find things like that, I try to pull them aside. And I think I had ideas of putting, like having a book where I would, when I found a random quote that I liked, I would put it in there. I have since not been doing that, but maybe I'll get back to it.
Because really, we could type it up, right? Like if you have a little collection, and maybe it doesn't,
you could type it up, and that would be
them. Yeah. And then you could type them up, and again, that's something that.
Yeah, and I need to have it in front of me on a piece of paper, not in a computer file or something.
Yes.
Like that, right. For me, for my purposes.
Yeah. I think I need, because I can't find just the right thing. So I think I need to probably sit down and look up things and then make some kind of thing that I can print out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
Well, I never found quite the stamp to use, but I will keep looking to find a stamp that I can use on here.
Do you have just like a textury one?
No, I don't have anything that's that. I was thinking maybe this would work, but there's numbers on it. It's a.
Oh, I think that one would be good. What's the one? Yeah, I think any of those, that Hy-Vee one or the one below, because it's like, it's graphic and cool. Just like hold it up over and then it'll tell you'll be able to see what it'll look like, right? Then you can see through it. Yes, I like that. And then just do it like in a few like do it like here.
Like off a little bit.
Yeah, like maybe repeat it like maybe 3 times or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I like those little kind of modern. I like the juxtaposition. It's like a lot of vintage. I think that's why too. Like I like the red and white stripes and the stripes there because they're kind of modern. And then you have the the vintage.
Yeah.
Lady, and then the older papers. I like that. I like that play.
Mm-hmm. I'll cut this off.
Kathy says, I saw some using a blister pack from Medicine. Oh, okay. So like a plastic, like the hard plastic from Medicine.
Oh,
that's interesting to do print, like mark making. Very interesting. I've seen people, or I guess we tried that one time too. Amy's like, do you have bubble wrap? You could use bubble wrap too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's going to look super cool.
I'm going to play with the stamp a little bit first before I go on to the.
Yeah, like stamp it on another piece of paper to make sure.
Yes.
All right, Kathy's on in 3 minutes.
All right, we better wrap it up.
Should we say our goodbyes?
Yes, I think so.
Let's see here. So don't forget, everybody, to mark your calendars. I know it's a while. Well, actually, it's going to come quickly for the Crafty Marathon on September 20th. Mark your calendars, and it will be. Oh, that's what it say either. It's on my channel this time, and Angela is going to be the co-host. And then next Crafty Marathon. So we're just kind of doing a circular. Mm-hmm. And they'll be on Angela's channel, so we're keeping it going.
That sounds great. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, this was fun, just having a hang and talking about our tags and doing tags too.
Yeah, I think it was fun.
Yeah,
I always have a good time.
Thank you for having me.
That's a given. They always have a good time.
Yes.
no matter what we're doing.
And our friends in the chat that come and hang out.
Yeah, we're all hanging out together. Best day. Thursday's always the best day. Well, I shouldn't say that's terrible. But sometimes when people say best day ever, because then are you detracting?
We can let Thursday be the best day ever now.
Other like amazing, other stuff that happens in a day. But on a creative, crafty side, Thursday is definitely the best day.
That's right. And then followed by Monday.
Yeah, and Monday. Thursdays and Mondays.
Mm-hmm. Because we got to spice up Mondays a little bit, right?
Equally good. Well, I think it was pretty spicy last Monday.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to come up with like, maybe it needs to be, okay, what crazy or weird thing happened in your week?
some random thought.
Yeah,
that LeAnne has.
what random thing? Oh my gosh. That looks good.
That worked. Yeah.
Isn't it good?
Yeah. I like it.
Perfect.
Wasn't sure at first, but yeah.
Yeah.
See, I just got to jump into it because I talk myself out of it. I'm like, oh, no, that's not quite what I had in mind, but it'll work.
I think it's perfect. I think it's
Thank you.
another squirrel story.
The squirrel story, the JoJo story. They're all just so fun. I
have a well, it's not very exciting. It's not squirrel or JoJo level. We have dub situation. We have a dub situation going on, but
I want to hear about that.
More, it's not very. It's just kind of cute. It's not really.
So come back on Monday.
Yeah,
and talk about that.
Maybe something more. Yeah, fun will happen. So anyway,
I want to hear about the dubs on Monday.
Yeah, and I will see you Monday because I'll still be here Monday. So
yay,
I'll be able to join.
It'll be our pleasure to have you.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you, LeAnne.
Thank you, Julie.
This was a ton of fun. If people are watching the replay and you want us to do a what the heck on something else junk journal related that you always wanted to know about, you want us to do a deep dive, just chit chat about it.
Yeah.
Mark it in the comment section.
Yes, please.
And we will put that on our list.
Who knows what we'll come up with?
Yeah, I think it would be fun to do like a once a month or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I like that we did a little crafty thing to follow.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was
a nice balance.
Yes. All right, friends.
We'll see Kathy now.
Yeah. Hope you guys all have a good week, and I will see you 3 Thursdays from now, other than Monday. So I hope you guys all have a good couple weeks, and I will be back with something fun on our next Thursday together. So,
all right,
everybody. Bye. Take care.